shot lead. Actually, he's just gone into lead. Our leaderboard just slightly behind. He has just gone on to the 9th hole. He is 5 under. Another birdie for him. He had 3 birdies in a row from the 5th. He then parred.
I'm just about to start
15 under par to take that lead over
Football Manager
Matt Fitzpatrick, who is the
2018.
defending champion at this one, but Fitzpatrick, things not going so well for him, and he is now 2 over for his round, so he is now 2 off the lead at 12 under par with a little bit of work to do. It's live for you right now. Sports Golf.
Let's check.
So far, so good for Wales under Ryan Giggs. His first competitive game in charge saw a comprehensive 4-1 win over the Republic of Ireland, and now the level steps up and up. Denmark. Now, Gareth Bale was among the scorers in Denmark are away at Wales. Threats going forward. And Denmark and Leicester goalkeeper Kasper Schmeichel has been impressed with how Giggs has taken to the role.
You can see the kind of flair and the spark that they play with. It's very similar to the DNA that he's inherited at Manchester United, and it's going to be really interesting to see where he can bring. He's got a very talented squad in Wales. Something that obviously Gary Speed started with. Chris Coleman worked really well, and then obviously now Ryan he's putting his own stamp on it. And judging from the last game, I think he's had a really good start, and it's going to be very interesting to see where he can bring it.
Oh, I like that. Wales will run out under a different captain today. Current skipper Ashley Williams has been left out of the 23-man squad, but has still travelled to Denmark. One player to look out for tonight is the 17-year-old Ethan Abbott, who put in a man of the his third goal before being taken off in the 67th minute. Due to a pay dispute with the FA, then none of Denmark's star players featured in Wednesday's defeat to Slovakia. Instead, a team of third and fourth tier part-time scrambled together. Resolved, and captain Sam Pierre isn't worried to get booed by their home supporters today.
Not at all. The only thing we can do is prepare ourselves for the game and focus 100 and go into.
No, because I'm signed in. Am I on the screen?
Football, and I'm sure they will get behind us, so there's not something that I'm worried about.
So a full-strength Denmark side, including the likes of Tottenham's Christian Eriksen, awaits. It's the team that got through the group stage before taking the eventual final against Croatia to penalties, but they had just 2 training sessions for this game.
Well, players are fit, so experienced players. No more excuses. You see the training yesterday. It looks like we
Hello.
together.
Just waiting for Football Manager to start.
Like we left in amplitude, quality play, and these players, they love to play football, and that is very, very important. And if they love the football, they wouldn't be sitting here.
Did I get my message, Trevor?
For Tuesday's Iceland.
Just waiting for yes.
Short trip to Reykjavik.
I did.
Selected Eden Hazard, Vincent Kongen, all expected to feature.
Subscribe.
Christian Benteke, Marouane Fellaini and Simon Mignolet won't be involved after it was announced on Thursday that they'd withdrawn from Roberto Martinez's squad through injury.
Now, Williams accused the umpire, Carlos, and he docked her again in the final. Japan's Naomi Osaka, three-time Grand Slam champion in straight sets to seal her first major title. Her victory, though, was overshadowed by the on-court drama. Williams received a COVID violation for coaching, a penalty point for racket abuse, and a game penalty for calling the umpire.
You definitely can't go back in time, but I can't sit here and say I wouldn't say he's a. I thought he took the game from me, but I've seen other men, and I'm here fighting for women's rights and for women's equality. I just say, and it made me feel like it was a sexist remark. He's never took a game because I said, for me, it blows my mind. But I'm going to continue to fight for women and to us to have equal, like Cordae should be able to take her shirt off without getting a fine. Like, this is outrageous. And I just feel like the fact that I have to go through this is an example for the next person that has emotions and that want to express themselves and they want to be a strong woman, and they're going to be allowed to do that because of today. Maybe it didn't work out for me, but it's going to work out for the next.
Waiting for it to load up.
Of course, there for Serena for voicing her opinions, provided big reaction on social media, as you might expect. Here's what the 2003 US Open champion Andy Roddick had to say about it. He said, "This worst refereeing I've ever seen, the worst." Now, he did later say that this was an emotional first take, but common sense should have prevailed. He also said that. Meanwhile, this is what the 12-time Grand Slam champion Billie Jean King said after the match. "Several things went very wrong during the US Open Women's Final today. Coaching on every point should be allowed," she says. "This will divide opinion, no doubt. When a woman is emotional, she's hysterical, and she's penalised for it. When a man does the same, he's outspoken, and there are no options." Thank you, Serena Williams, she says, for calling out this double standard. I need to do the same. Victoria Azarenka has waded in as well. She's the former world. If it was a men's match, this wouldn't happen like this. It just wouldn't. She also went on to say Osaka as well. She said she played incredible and she deserves all congratulations. And that was also echoed by Greg Rosetsky. He says this about Osaka: "A new star is born in the women's game. What a performance." She stood toe-to-toe with Serena Williams. Will be about the point, getting penalty and chair up. We should remember the extraordinary performance from Osaka, and it really was an extraordinary performance even. Just remember, she's only 20 years of age, in her first major fight, Japanese player. But unfortunately, her win by crowd boom because of the controversy. The new US Open champion refused to blame her child.
I don't know what happened on the court, but I'm always going to remember the Serena that changed anything for me. And she was like at the net and on the podium, so I don't really see what would change. When I step onto the court, I feel like a different person, right? I'm a fan. I'm just a tennis player playing another tennis player. Sorry. At the net, I felt like a little kid again, so sorry.
And we're gearing up for the first Sunday of action in the new.
On a city break to Paris, you can always make your own discoveries. Flights, activities, and beyond. Book it all in one place with Expedia. Everything you need to go. Expedia. Atoll protected.
The hot air balloon that so either almost perfect. Hopefully, Thatcher's make sure theirs is. It's tasted every Friday by the Thatcher's family to make sure it's just right. Afternoon, Mr. Thatcher. And if it isn't perfect, it doesn't leave the farm.
The in-laws are dropped by. Bosch make it all easy. Because we take care of the roasting, boiling, and frying. You look after your guests. No matter what the occasion, you can really take the heat out of the kitchen. Be easy to perfect results.
There's a new secret recipe for Cocoa Pops that everyone wants to get their hands on. Just as delicious, but has 30% less sugar. Cocoa Pops, adding chocolatey fun for everyone. with 30% less sugar. Skechers. What are you doing? This is a great place to start. This year, Gopi has built her own business with each unique piece kind of the same way. A messy, sloppy, sweat. But at least with QuickBooks, she's found a way to keep her receipts tidy. So, tax-deductible receipts on the go with smarter business tools for the world's hardest workers. Now, we're done for your first 6 months. Backing you. Blue shoes. Blue shoes. Red ball. Red ball. Green rabbit. Green rabbit. Let's just run this. Blue beetle. Blue beetle. Orange kitten. Orange kitten. You got it? Yeah, got it. Situation update. 39-year-old male. Significant blood loss. Temperature 820. BP 80. Over 60.
Listening is a key skill of your future career. Learn more with Barclays Life Skills.
Joshua returns to defend his world heavyweight titles at Wembley Stadium. Live on Sky Sports box office.
Your top footballing nations are about to go head-to-head once more.
The UEFA Nations League. Live only on Sky Sports.
Okay, it is Coventry who are leading the way 2-0, courtesy of a late penalty they've just been given. It was because Tom Bayliss was upended by the goalkeeper Jonathan Mitchell. This is the incident. And as you can see there, Tom was over in the area, so the ref had no choice but to point to the spot. The good news is that Connor Chapman is right from Portsmouth. And that is his first start, and that is his first goal for Coventry. So Coventry lead the way in the live game for you. Over on Sky Sports 4, 2-0 against Oxford.
Here's the final round of the European Masters, and it is Lucas Bjerregaard that is leading the way. A really good drive, 5 birdies, including a run of 3 at 5, at 6 and 7 to put him into that lead at 15 under par. One shot lead over Francis Lorenzo, Mike Lorenzo Vera, who's looking for his first win on the European Tour. He is 2 under through 8 for his round, so hot on his heels. Champion here, not so good for him. He's 1 OB at the 3rd. He's fairly shot, so plenty to watch it behind right now.
Lunch is over, not for my good self and Joe. We haven't started yet, but it is for the cricketers, and they are back out. So that means that India are still trailing by 92 in the first innings, as in the 7th, 332 in the first, not by Joss Butler in the end, and obviously Alistair Cook in his last test match, weighing in with a useful 71 as well. But a good partnership from Bahari and Ravinder Jadeja, who is still there, as you see, they're 41 not out. Really have moved India along this morning. So 240 for 7 they are, and England will look to mop up these last 3 wickets. Lively over on Sky Sports Cricket right now. Now, the players not involved in England's opening UEFA Nations League defeat to Spain have been training at St George's Park. England plays Switzerland in the international on Tuesday night. The Swiss head into the game after flashing Iceland 6-0. Soon Zuber gave Switzerland the lead after 13 minutes.
It's a rocket! Switzerland seize the initiative!
Dylan Shakira's free kick was then parried. And Dennis Zakaria added the second after 23 minutes. And the Liverpool winger scored the third, 8 minutes into the second half. Haris Seferovic, you saw that, finished off a nice move to make it 4-0. And then Serb Albion Ajeti made it 5.
And it is touched in this time. The Spurs cap, Albion Ajeti scores his first goal.
And another substitute, Adnan Mehmeti, scored 6-6 with 8 minutes to go, 6-0 finished.
Northern Ireland manager Michael O'Neill believes their defeat to Bosnia isn't a big problem. They lost 2-1 at Windsor Park, with O'Neill also convinced they should have had a penalty.
It's not a major setback, you know. It's not. It would be, if this was a Euro 2020 qualification game, it would be a different situation, because you know you've lost a game at home, and your home points are vital. We always talk about. So from that point of view, it's far from a disaster. I think we'll take a lot out of the performance, and we'll look to Tuesday night and play Israel here, see how the nature of how penalties are given now. Certainly, I think it was, you know, the defender leaves his leg there, George steps inside and there is contact. So it's, you know, the referee. Listen, away from home, you maybe wouldn't expect the referee to give that so early in the game, but certainly as a home team, and given the nature of the incident, I was disappointed that he didn't give it.
Now the Norwich striker Timo Pukki scored Finland's winner against Hungary. Pukki showed plenty of pace and composure to give Finland their first home victory over the Hungarians in some 40 years. On I face Greece, who got their campaign off to a winning start with victory over Estonia. Former Fulham striker Konstantinos Mitroglou Fortunis for the winner. Took Belarus just 4 minutes to open the scoring against San Marino. Denis Laptev set up Igor Stasevich. Stanislav Dragan was on the score sheet twice. His first came after 25 minutes. Into the second half then, Belarus awarded a penalty. Jory Biordi with the foul on Igor Shitov, although replay suggests he might be making the most of the contact there, yeah. Anton Soroka with a spot kick, 3-0 at that stage. And then, as we mentioned, Dragan got his seconds and a fourth for the Belarusians. 3 minutes to go now. Another bullet header from him. And their final goal came in the first minute. Stoppage time over left. And off 5-0 score.
Oxford back into things towards the end of this match against Coventry 2-0 ahead, but Jonathan Obika there scoring from the corner. A great header there for him, his first goal in 26 games. What a goal it could be, just 5 minutes on the clock. But Oxford back into things now, as it is 2-1 after Coventry went 2-0 ahead through that Chaplin penalty just a few minutes ago. But yeah, Jonathan Obika, a great header there from the corner. 2-1, 87 minutes on the clock, live now, Sky Sports Football. Now, Jurgen Klopp believes Steven Gerrard does not need it, as instead praised the former Liverpool captain's start as Rangers manager. Gerrard was unbeaten in 12 matches, with his only defeat coming in the Old Firm game at Celtic Park.
Doing well, so it's not. I'm not sure what people in Glasgow expect, the Rangers fans expect, but the start was brilliant actually. And then you lose against Celtic. Wow, what a surprise! That's 60% better, maybe like in the last few years. So they come closer. That's the only way to